don't even know how to start this. So, hi, my name is Kat, and I am going through an infertility journey, and I decided to share my mid-ultrasound appointment, and that's yeah. And if you can tell, it didn't go as planned. So, if you've watched the infertility journey and how my husband and I started this journey and how much we've grown and what we've done, then you know that we did a Clomid cycle in December, and it worked. I ovulated. I had my next cycle. It worked in ovulation sense, not in pregnancy sense, but so this round of Clomid, we decided to do a monitored cycle. So I went in for the initial ultrasound. They said everything looked great, start Clomid. So I started another round, my second round, at 100 milligrams a day for 5 days. Okay, so I did that, and I was extremely hopeful because it worked. I ovulated last time, I guess I should say, because if it had worked, I would have ended up pregnant. But I ovulated. Something happened. But anyway, got off track. This time, I went in for the mid appointment, and he told me my lining looks good, that I have a lot of eggs that are developing, but that none are even close to going to be mature enough to ovulate, which I'm supposed to be ovulating this week. So they kind of at the appointment, because my doctor wasn't there, I had a nurse do the ultrasound because she was running late, and we live in Orange County, so traffic's always crazy. So anyway, the nurse pretty much kind of made it seem like it was kind of a wasted cycle, and to come back the following Friday, so that had been Wednesday, Thursday, so 3 days later, to do another ultrasound and see if maybe they were developing slower and I was still going to ovulate. She told me that she would review all this with my doctor though when she got in, and that I would get a call. And so I got a call later that day, and they informed me that no, my doctor did not agree with the nurse, and she, instead of wanting to call it we'll see what happens cycle, she wanted to be more proactive with it, which I'm really excited about. I'm sad that the Clomid didn't work, but I'm excited she wanted to do something else other than just let's have another ultrasound on Friday. But so her plan is, I guess it's called the stair-step method. I had never heard of it. I had to Google it. And if I can find the link to the page that I Googled, I'll post it below in the description, but I hope I can find it. I think I remember what I typed in to find it, but I'll try to add a link of what this means. But it's pretty much where you start a normal round of Clomid at your normal dose, and then you go in for your mid-ultrasound appointment, and if it's not looking good, you immediately start another round of Clomid, but at a higher dose. So I am now on 150 milligrams of Clomid for the next 5 days. After those 5 days, I'll have 3 days in between, 2.5 technically, 2.5 days in between, and then I'll have another ultrasound. At that ultrasound, what they're looking for is, did this Clomid cycle help develop these eggs? Which I guess for people with PCOS like me, you are developing a lot of eggs on the first Clomid cycle, but then you're off the Clomid cycle and your body's like, now what? And that's pretty much what I read. And then you're just holding on to these eggs like, now what? And so the next Clomid cycle is supposed to trigger again. Oh, okay, we're supposed to be doing this. And hopefully by the next ultrasound, I will be able to say they came back with good news and I have a lot of eggs. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to probably stop this video here, and I will not do it in a separate video. I'll do the after the other Clomid cycle after this one. So then it'll be like a combined, because I don't want to do two separate ones because it's not two separate cycles technically. It's the same cycle. So I don't want to do two separate videos for this, if that makes any sense, or I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But so I will stop it here, and I will film after my next mid-appointment ultrasound, and hopefully eggs have developed. I'm hoping. So, hello. So I know I cut off the last one so that I could add this one to it. So I had my second mid-ultrasound appointment, and I went from having an egg that had only developed to a 9, it developed to a 12. So not very much of a development, especially since they increased my Clomid. So my doctor informed me that 12 is not where they stop medication and say, okay, it will do it on its own. 14 is when they think naturally your body takes over and continues to develop the egg. So she said we can wait and see if your body does kick in and naturally develop it, or we can start you on another round of medication to increase the chances of it developing. Hi, bud. My cat's going crazy right now. He has zoomies, so I'm sorry if you hear scratching back and forth. So anyway, oh my gosh, I get too easily distracted by kitties. So if I don't post the ovulation test strips, then you're probably thinking, why do I look like this? We're in the process of packing up to move in a few months, and so I'm gonna go and work in the garage, which it's like 90 degrees right now, and so I didn't feel like getting ready, but I wanted to film this so that it was the day after and it was all fresh and I could update you guys. So back to the doctor's appointment. Sorry if I'm jumping around a lot. My brain's everywhere right now. So she did tell me that because it's already a 12, if I started another round of medication, that increases our chances of having multiples, because this medication could develop that egg but also continue to develop another egg at the same time. So she said she'll write me the prescription, and then I can discuss it with my husband and decide if I wanted to pick it up or not and let them know. So he and I discussed it, and we're like, we've been trying for almost 2 years. At this point, we don't care if we have twins. We would just be thrilled to be pregnant. So to know something's working. So we picked up the prescription. So I am on now 2.5 milligrams of letrozole. I think it's also called Femara? Can't remember, but my bottle says letrozole, so I'm going to call it letrozole. And I have another appointment on Saturday. So I don't want to do these in separate videos because I think that's kind of silly. So I'm thinking about also doing Saturday's appointment on this video also. If my channel was more like established, maybe I would do it in a separate video, but these videos are so short. But we will see. Hopefully it develops, and if it doesn't on Saturday, then we're just going to stop and we're going to see what my body does. And if in a few weeks I don't start another cycle or I don't get a positive pregnancy test, then we're going to do a new action plan and figure all that out. So stick around for Saturday's appointment. So I went to my, what would that be? Third mid ultrasound appointment. Oh my gosh. And I have great news. So, last time my egg had only developed to, what was it, 14 or 13? 14? I don't know. I said it in the last one. And so I went on to letrozole, and now I have an egg that's a 22. So 20 is what they're looking for, and so she says that this is great, and that I have another one that's close to that, but not where she thinks it'll ovulate also, so I have a chance this cycle. So she and I discussed it, and she said I could go home and just take ovulation tests and see if I ovulate, but she said since we worked so hard to get this egg to develop, she says it would be a waste if I didn't ovulate. And so I did the trigger shot. First time ever doing that. And so since it was my first time, she did it for me to teach me. And she said, hopefully this is the only time I'll have to do it, and I'll just end up pregnant and I won't have to do it another round. But she said just in case. And so she taught me how to do it, and it's called Ovidol, something like that. I'll maybe put a little thing that says it. Phone's vibrating. So yeah, I have an egg, and I did the trigger shot. So for the next 3 days, I will have really like high LH in my system, and so yeah. I guess so. The next video will be, well, I mean, I guess probably not the next one because I'm going to have other videos in between this, but soon you will find out if I'm pregnant or not. And so I plan on videoing the pregnancy test, and if it's positive, which hopefully it is. If it's positive, I will also show how I plan on telling my husband, which he knows when I'm supposed to be taking a pregnancy test. So he'll already have a suspicion, but that's okay. I know exactly how I plan on doing it. So, and yeah, hopefully this is our cycle. We'll see. Wish us luck. Bye.